Call 310-0997. That's 401-310-0997.
WSNE HD2 Taunton, Providence. W284BA Warwick.
Listen to The Flat Line with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning at 6 here on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education, all without manipulation. The Flat Line with Rick Hughes. Heard here on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM every Sunday morning at 6.
Harmony is sponsored by Microbiome. It does not necessarily reflect the views of WHJJ or iHeartMedia. News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM presents Harmony with Food with Meg O'Rourke. Meg is a registered dietitian and can help you get on the path to a healthier. Ask Meg a question. Call 1-866-920-WHJJ. Now, here's Meg O'Rourke.
Welcome. If you're thinking about, if you're a natural health proactive person, if you want to do more than just skim the surface and what the conventional medicine is doing for you, if you're suffering from fibromyalgia and feeling like you have like flu-like symptoms every day, maybe you have joint pain, fever, debilitating diseases such as RA or migraines or insomnia or chronic fatigue, or maybe you feel like you have weight loss resistant or GI issues, have been to countless doctors only to find out, if you're lucky, the name of what you have. Have you suffered enough? When you look at chronic disease, basically trying to, what are the symptoms? What are we going to do about those symptoms? And these people with diseases don't live as long as people without. So you're listening to the Harmony with Food radio show. My name is Meg Marie O'Rourke, and we're going to talk about how to stay proactive. We're going to talk about why I think, and I'm not the only one who thinks this, that Weight Watchers and Noom are both on my crap list, which many of you already know. Noom is a new addition to the list. And we can actually look at so many different things than what we're usually seeing. So, for instance, maybe there's food sensitivities. Maybe you have intolerance. Maybe there are food additives. Maybe there's mold, and we need to figure out how to get that mold out of your system. There's a lot of testing we can do that goes above and beyond what the conventional medicine will do. So all of you out there, you've learned before about the Keep It a 5, and if this is resonating with you at all, if you want to be your own healthcare advocate, if you want to be proactive about your health, I can be the conduit to get you over to there. I can take you from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. And so we need to realign ourselves and think about what we're getting from the conventional medicine doctors. And do we want more? Do we want more for ourselves? Do we want more for our families than just being offered a prescription? And even with COVID, we're learning that the big pharmaceuticals are going to be the ones that are going to make all the money off of naturopathic things and other things that they're going to deem as prescription value. And so the naturopaths who have been working on this stuff and have some really great solutions for some of the symptoms during and after COVID are actually getting pushed by Google and other SEO, Facebook and everyone else, Twitter, down to the bottom. Conventional medicine and pharmaceutical doctors are pushed to the top, and it shouldn't be that way, because the bottom line is it's all about money. And so we need to stop being trained to do only what the insurance companies allow us to do, because that's what they've done to us. They've trained us. So a perfect example I give a lot, not every week, but is, I asked my dental hygienist, like, how many times do you think I should get my teeth cleaned every year? And she said, well, 3 to 4 times. And I was like, yeah, but most people only go 2. And she said, yeah, because that's, the insurance companies are running the show. And so that really made me think, and it really made me wake up and go, oh my God, that is what is happening. We are all doing what the insurance companies allow. Oh, if it's covered by insurance, then we do it. If it's not, then we don't. And so I've totally changed my way of thinking about that. I actually go to the dentist now 3 to 4. I actually go 4 times a year, and I pay for the 2 cleanings myself out of pocket. So that's just one example. I've heard lots of examples about people needing certain kind of chemotherapy for their cancer, and guess what? The insurance companies are saying no. I mean, really? After years and years of paying your insurance, and then your insurance company says, no way, we're not going to cover that. I just don't even know how that's legal. So we're going to realign ourselves. We're going to think about, how we are treating ourselves. How about, the sleep, the stress, the work hours, the not eating right, the working overtime, just so that you can get more money. Maybe that's not always the best solution. So what is the root cause of burnout, and what can cause your body to not be performing like it should be? So you can get healthy, you can lose weight, you can transform your body and work on aging slower. I hate that word, anti-aging. There's no such thing, first of all. And so maybe we could say optimally or aging slower, but the word anti-aging is just, I won't buy any products that have that on there. And you have to figure out what is right for you and where you need to be, right? So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same results. Don't make the same mistake. So, you literally have to think, oh my goodness, I have to figure out what is going on here if I'm suffering, or you feel like you're fatigued all the time, or you feel like you're just not up to par of where you should be. I literally from a it was actually years ago, but it was from a birth control pill that was actually making me anemic. And I remember I could not get, so that's one of the side effects, okay, of taking birth control pills. And I'm not an expert in this, but I know there's a lot of science out there about the dangers of being on birth control years 5, 10, 15 years. So you get up and you feel like you can't even lift your head off the pillow. And I thought literally overnight I got sick. But what I realized was putting this chemical, this birth control, into my body was actually making me sick and making me have a low hemoglobin and hematocrit. And I was so in the pot that they were actually thinking about giving me a blood transfusion. And I thought, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And I had nausea on top of it. So there's lots of things that they tell us to do in conventional medicine that have side effects, whether it's take a cream or take a pill or take a shot or take an injection. And you see it on the commercials every day, as I do too. And the last 30 seconds is about, you may, if you take this medication, do not take this medication if you're allergic to this medication. You can have severe suicide. You may die. You may have a blood clot. You may have a headache. You may go blind. And it's like, no, I'm all set with this stuff that's experimental. We're the guinea pigs. And I'm here to tell you that there are other choices. We don't have to just skim the surface with our health. And I love conventional doctors and nurses. I've worked with them for years, but I will tell you that the insurance companies are running the show, and that doctors are being trained to give out prescriptions left and right. We see it all the time. We saw it with the opioid crisis. We see it with statins. We see it with blood pressure. I literally have people come into my office that are 10 or 20 pounds overweight, and instead of the doctor sending them to someone like me, they just say, here you go. Here's a blood pressure med. Here's a statin. Good luck. Let me know if you have any side effects, which most people do. So that's not how I want to run my health. That's not how I want Harmony with Food listeners to be treated. I know most of you can do better. And I know, God, if you're only 10, 20 pounds overweight, my God, give me a call. We can work this out so you don't have to go on the prescriptions. Or maybe you go on them temporarily till you and your doctor decide that you don't need to be on these prescriptions anymore. I don't like the word pre-diabetic. I feel like it makes people think that they don't have diabetes yet. Well, you're on the diabetes train and you're heading to Diabetesville. So don't kid yourself if you have been given the term pre-diabetes. It's not a good thing, okay? So don't be happy, don't be proud because you have pre-diabetes and you don't have diabetes yet. I know how you guys think, and that's what you do. And a lot of people take prescription drugs and think, oh, I can eat whatever I want. I'm on a statin. I can eat whatever I want. I have high blood pressure. Oh, that's okay. I'm on medication that lowers it. It's not quite that simple, guys. And I'm here to tell you every Saturday from 11 to noon, I'm here to remind you that you need to be proactive and you need to be your own healthcare advocate. So we're going to talk more about that today. We're also going to talk about Noom in details. We're going to talk about Weight Watchers in details. We're going to talk about how I believe they're causing eating disorders. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. So you guys, you can follow me. My name's Meg Marie O'Rourke. If you've never listened to the Harmony with Food show before, welcome. And you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all Harmony with Food. Go over to my website. If you're driving right now, be careful. Don't text and drive, or don't go over to my site now. Just either pull over or keep driving, and just remember HWF, and that stands for Harmony with Food. And that's my website. You can even put into Google Meg Dietitian Rhode Island, and I'll come right up. All right, you guys, we're heading for a break, but we'll be right back.
Commercial-free. That's Halloween radio on iHeartRadio. Thriller to Ghostbusters, Nightmare on My Street to Monster Bash, and so many more. This spooky station is perfect for putting you in the Halloween spirits all month long. Plus, our Halloween playlist has all the fright, with even more light. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search Halloween. It's all there, waiting for you. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Hi, I'm Meg, the proud owner of Harmony with Food. You might recognize me from my hour-long show on WHJJ on Saturdays, but if not, let me introduce myself. I've been working as a registered dietitian for over 20 years, and I help people like you lose weight, improve their digestion, and have tons of energy. One way I do this is to test, not guess. I use genome, micronutrient, food sensitivity, and microbiome testing to figure out what foods you should or should not be eating. I was put on this earth to help you develop a harmonious relationship with food and to learn how to stop dieting for good. To learn more about me and how I can help you be the healthiest you can be, visit harmonywithfood.com or call us at 401-245-8784. That's 401-245-8784, or go to harmonywithfood.com.
It's alive! It's alive! He's trying to speak.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Yes, one dime down at Route 6 Auto Mall Kia in Swansea. Even the all-new 2022 Telluride with third row seating.
Reddit, approve a ton.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credit. 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party. Woohoo!
Every new Route 6 Kia, one dime down.
And get all the tech. Smart cruise control with stop and go, forward collision avoidance assist, and more.
Beat that.
At Route 6 Auto Mall Kia.
In Swansea.
Route6automall.com.
Route6automall.com. Oh, this is like Jack. That's not it. 21K5, 2569 down, 56 per month for 72 months at 0% APR, 1388 per thousand borrowed, plus tax, tag, and fees with Kia Motor Finance. To qualify buyers, it's 103121.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Guys, you know that Untuck It shirt you've been eyeing? Well, right now you can save up to 40% at Untuck It's 80-plus stores and Untuckit.com. You'll get great deals on all new fall arrivals too, like super soft flannels, cozy sweaters, and lightweight outerwear. There's never been a better time to stock up on all your favorite Untuck styles for now and later. So don't wait. Save up to 40% right now at Untuckit.com or your nearest Untuck It store. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Now, back to Harmony with Food with Meg O'Rourke on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Ask Meg a question at Harmony with Food on Facebook or call her now at 1-866
920 WHJJ.
Welcome back to the Harmony with Food Show. We're talking about how you need to be your own healthcare advocate and how the insurance companies should not be running the show, but they have us all trained to only do things that are covered by insurance. So prior to the break, I was talking about how I got sick from being on birth control pills. This was many years ago. But I got up in the morning and I literally thought, I cannot lift my head off this pillow. Long story short, my doctor told me that was a side effect. My hemoglobin and hematocrit were in the toilet. I almost needed to get an infusion, blood infusion, but they decided to just put me on a supplemental iron. And it took weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and I had so much nausea. And I know there's doctors that study the implications or the effects of birth control pills, and there are many. And so for all of you women out there who have been on birth control 5, 10, 15 years, I suggest you look it up. But anyway, you wake up one day and you feel like you're having the symptoms of diabetes. They call it the 3 Ps. It's polyuria, polyphagia, and polydipsia, which means you're going to the bathroom all the time, you're hungry all the time, and you are feel like eating all the time. And you go in the bathroom all the time. That's the other one. So it's really, oh my God, maybe I have Hashimoto's or I have migraines or I have RA, but literally building up this toxic burden. And personally, I do not have celiac disease, but when I did some of the testing myself, I learned that I have gluten sensitivity. So my skin, and I get eczema, and it's just awful. But that's just my body telling me that I shouldn't be eating gluten. So these diseases are names for a collection of symptoms. For example, Hashimoto, he is a doctor who discovered there was inflammation of the thyroid caused by the immune system attacking it. Well, that just tells us what is happening in the body. It does not tell us, is there heavy metals? Are there food sensitivities? Are there toxins that we need to get out of our bodies? And I hate to tell you guys, but those 3-day flushes or 3-day cleanses, I don't agree with that. I mean, there's deeper things that you can do to get some of these toxins and stuff out of your body, and it can all be done through a naturopathic way with naturopathic solutions. So I might not have mentioned this before, but I've recently added to my website. I'm actually going to go there because I'm going to multitask here, because I've added what is called the BioUnique Boutique. And you guys can go there, harmonywithfood.com, and you can also, we're going to talk about my do-it-yourself course in a few minutes, but you can go to the BioUnique Boutique, and it basically tells you everything that I've talked about on this show, right? What is personalized nutrition? So it's a BioUnique Boutique because you are unique. And that is a new addition to my business, my online business. And so I'm going to just kind of read off to you. And if you're in the car, remember, just go to Harmony with Food or Google Meg Dietitian Rhode Island, and we'll come right up. So personalized nutrition is based on the concept that one size does not fit all. Differences in genetics, prenatal experience, health history, lifestyle, nutrient intake, biochemistry, metabolism, easy for me to say, and or microbiomes contribute to individual differences observed in response to therapeutic diets, nutrition status, the timing of eating, stress responses, and chemicals in our food and household products. This means that our genomes, biochemistry, metabolism, and microbiome are unique and different. The principles of the BioUnique Boutique involve an understanding of chronic diseases, individualized biochemistry, and how food is metabolized differently for everyone, assigning therapeutic diets and developing individualized nutrition strategies that are customized to each person's individual needs. Consumers are being educated about nutrition, and there is a growing demand to dig deeper into it. Conventional medical doctors are not trained in nutrition, love them, have worked with many, many wonderful physicians and other healthcare workers. I always say it is great to know you don't have cancer, but is your doctor skimming the surface? Many people are suffering from ailments that are attributed to food sensitivity, malabsorption, malnutrition, and more. personalized nutrition may be the solution. Obtaining blood samples, stool samples, and saliva to determine what food sensitivities, gut flora, and genomes are affecting you is just the beginning in personalized nutrition. We call it test, don't guess. Testing can provide additional information to understand your own unique body and any sensitivities and tolerances you may have. While inflammation is known to be caused by processed foods, too much sugar or too much salt, etc., testing can help determine our own unique sensitivities and allow you to feel more at ease, less stressed about your food choices. For example, the micronutrient testing analyzes what different people need at different ages and time, and there's so many factors involved. This is because our micronutrient requirements at age 30 are quite different from our micronutrient requirements at age 40, 50, and so on. Absorption difficulties, leaky gut, and increased demand are common as we age. So you may think you're getting a balanced diet, but if you do not absorb the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other essential micronutrients, you will have deficiencies. At the BioUnique Boutique, you will gain an effective methodology and clinical information to determine the correct therapeutic diet for your individual needs. You will learn what foods, supplements, and drinks you should or should not be consuming. So you can shop the BioUnique Boutique yourself, you guys. You can go over there and you'll see that there's bundles, which make it a little bit less expensive if you buy the micronutrient and food sensitivity or food allergy together, or maybe you do the microbiome and micronutrient test, or you do a food allergen or a food sensitivity or food additives. There's the wheat zoomer. That's the one I did to determine that I actually did have an issue with gluten sensitivity. And then we got microbiome testing and micronutrient testing. And here's the thing about all of these kind of testing, guys, is that we are not just walking into GNC and grabbing what's off the shelf. Like, for instance, Sally heard the show. I'm just making up her name for HIPAA purposes, keeping it confidential here, as always. And Sally actually heard the show and called me, and she wanted to learn more about the micronutrient testing. And she was like, yeah, I'm taking so many supplements. I hear this, I hear this on the radio or this on the news, and I do this for a while, and then I do that for a while. And then before I know it, I'm spending $200 a month on supplements, and I'm not even sure which ones are working. And I hated to tell Sally this, but the reality is some might be causing harm. So you're spending money just guessing what supplements you should or should not be taking, and you're going with these generic things that you hear on TV or on blogs or on the radio or whatever. And it doesn't have to be that way. And so I always say vitamin D is like the Kim Kardashian of vitamins. Like, why is vitamin D so important all of a sudden? Why are the doctors all ordering it? Because tests have proven, scientific-based evidence has shown that we can be affected if our vitamin D levels are low, right? So if our vitamin D levels are low, it increases our chance of cancer. It can cause fatigue. It can cause anxiety. It cause all kinds of things. But I hate to tell you guys, I don't think I'm going to have time today, but I can list what happens if we're low in A, B1, B2, B4, B6, B12. How about amino acids? There are certain amino acids that if they're not correctly balanced in your system, they can cause mental health issues. They can cause depression. They can cause anxiety. We can check CQ10. If you're on a statin, that needs to be checked. There's scientific-based evidence showing if you're on a statin, you would probably benefit from CQ10, but not just some crappy one off the counter. You would need to know which ones would be exactly perfect for you. So you can trust that I do my due diligence. I only work with a few different companies. One of them is Standard Process. The other one I like is Integrative Therapeutic. And I like Dr. Mercola, and I like a couple of other ones. But we just can't be buying things at Stop and Shop and thinking that that's going to be the highest quality. I only work with companies that I know are, they're not FDA approved, but they're FDA surveyed. So in other words, the FDA can go into these labs at any time and do an audit, which I think is great because that means you know that they're keeping their stuff up to par. So my BioUnique Boutique may be for you. It's not for everyone. and you'll see the pricing. I put it right up on the site, so if you want to take a look. And I want you guys to realize that you need to be proactive about your health care, because the insurance companies stink. They don't want to do what they're supposed to do. They're not even providing chemo sometimes when people have cancer, which to me is just, I can't even think of going lower than that in a lifetime. I mean, seriously. And then a lot of times employers, like someone wrote in the chat, employers provide you insurance and benefits, but they stink. And you have like a $10,000 deductible, and they don't cover anything. And you have to pay for everything yourself until you reach that $10,000, which, God willing, you don't, because nobody wants that, because that means that you're sick or you have something going on. So we are going to be proactive. I know all the Harmony with Food listeners are sick of what's happening in this world with the pharmaceutical companies. I know I'm sick to death. I'm sick of what's happening with the insurance companies. And I'm here to tell you that I'm here every Saturday from 11 to noon. And if you're not on my list, go over to harmonywithfood.com, sign up for some free info. Then you'll get on my list and you'll get reminders for the show every Saturday and other free information too. We will be right back after the break.
Sale is happening now until Columbus Day in Warwick. Stay safe and warm at home all winter long in a luxurious new jacuzzi hot tub from Namco. Ease aching muscles, improve joint flexibility, increase circulation, or simply relax. Jacuzzi hot tubs can instantly improve your quality of life. Don't miss out on the lowest prices of the season. Stop by Namco's newest location at 1276 Bald Hill Road in Warwick. That's 1276 Bald Hill Road in Warwick. Or shop 24/7 at namcopool.com.
Are you so focused on your career and family that you forget to take care of you? Have you tried countless diets but still can't find the one that's right? Whether you are dreaming of fitting into some clothes that don't fit anymore or improving your overall health, you can rebuild your relationship with food and heal yourself with Harmony with Food. I'm Meg Marie O'Rourke, a registered dietitian, and I was put on this earth to help others eat healthfully and stop suffering by learning how to develop a harmonious relationship with food and stop the unsafe dieting for good. This is the time to be the healthiest you that you can be. With my 8-week online course, you can learn to master the skills to take control of your nutrition, lifestyle, and overall health and heal yourself with food on your schedule. Join the Harmony with Food movement and see how you can improve. Call us at 401-245-8784, 401-245-8784, or go to harmonywithfood.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm, and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Fox News, I'm Jared McHugh. Growing concern over the cost of living has everyone, from your own house to the White House, worried.
Today, AAA reporting the national average for a gallon of gas at $3.27, compared to where we were a year ago is at $2.19, so they're more than $1 year over year. You've been to the grocery store, you know this. Prices on a ton of household items have gone up on everything from bacon to milk, and the White House admits it knows Americans are concerned about inflation coast to coast.
Fox's Mark Meredith. As the Secretary of State and other members of the Biden administration met with Mexican officials Friday to discuss border security, this GOP lawmaker got an up-close look for herself, and she's alarmed.
You know, these cartels are taking such advantage and are causing such harm to these families that are trying to come into the U.S. illegally. It is a very sad situation.
Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn on Fox. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, here's your Storm Team 10 forecast.
For the rest of the day, expect to see mostly cloudy skies with temperatures reaching the middle 60s and minimal, if any, rain chances. Overnight tonight, upper 50s for us, and we're mostly cloudy again on Sunday, this time with a better risk of some showers in the afternoon and evening as highs reach the middle 60s. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Christina Ernie on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM.
leading nutritionist Meg O'Rourke here. Historically, the challenges for practitioners following functional nutrition have been unable to identify functional imbalances versus end-stage disease. The technology in functional nutrition has been evolving at a very rapid pace. At Harmony with Food, we are implementing new testing. These tests are helping us to recognize patients' problems and teach them what those problems are so they can solve them. This technology allows for the highest specificity and sensitivity of testing on the market. Every patient coming through Harmony with Food is offered medical nutrition therapy, which is covered by most health insurances. And for those who wish to be even more proactive and go beyond what your insurance companies allow, we offer more premium programs that maximize your chance of success. Go to harmonywithfood.com or call 401-245-8784.
Now, back to Harmony with Food with Meg O'Rourke on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Ask Meg a question at Harmony with Food on Facebook or call her now at 1-866-920-WHJJ.
Welcome back to the Harmony with Food show. We're talking about how you have to be your own healthcare advocate. You have to be the captain of the ship, right? You need to just, get that boat right into the mooring where it needs to be, right? So we all can be more proactive. I just introduced my new BioUnique boutique that's up on my website. If you're just listening for the first time and you haven't signed up for my emails, go for it. Go to harmonywithfood.com and just hit the green sign up button. We'll get you on my list and you'll get blogs and free info. And you'll be reminded of the show. And remember, too, you guys, if you have to miss the show or you're walking into a store right now doing your errands, that you can go to the radio tab on my website, and all the shows are put into podcasts. So we are going to talk. We talked last week about, I can't even make this stuff up, about a local weight loss company that said that they were looking for a nutritionist. And that one thing you have to, are you someone who's always smiling? The other thing was you can become part of a young, vibrant team in a fast-growing, health-centered business. Like, really? And then the bottom line is what really got me going. It was submit your resume today. No previous nutrition experience required for the right candidate. Really? I went to school for 6 years for this, guys, and plus I have worked in hospitals and other places for over 10 years, and I started my own private practice in 2008. And I'm here to tell you that do not beware of where you're getting your nutrition information from, okay? Because that is just wrong, okay? I know the name of the center. I'm not going to name it today, but these kind of centers come and go. And I've been in business since 2008. And so we need to be more careful about where we're getting our healthcare information from. So what are we going to do to be more proactive about our healthcare? There's lots you can do. You can see someone like myself. You can do the testing. If you want, I do have a course open right now. It's called Your Diet Do-Over. And if you can either do it live or you can do it at your own pace, and that is also up on my site. So let me go over there for a second and just trying to teach you guys how to maneuver the site. So it is under Work with Meg, and when you click that, for being a dedicated radio listener for a long time, because I know some of you have. I know you guys, some of you have followed me. I've been on this station 3 years, but some of you have followed me even before that. And so this course has a lot of information in there. And so what you can do is actually go there and you can use the code RadioMeg. Now, I was going to make this course $997. I know, right? That's kind of a lot of money. I hear you. So what I decided to do, I was feeling kind of generous recently. So my web designer and I decided to, do something a little bit different. And so I decided to take another $50 off the price. So instead of making it $997, I made it $247. And then for any of the radio listeners, I'm going to take an additional $50 off. So you're saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so if you really like today's episode and you want more, you're really going to love this incredible course that I put together, and you could do it at your own pace, okay? So now I'm going to take I decided I was going to take it to the public for $9.97, and I get it. That's a lot of money, right? But what I decided to do was put it out there for the cost of dinner with you and your spouse. You can stop going out to dinner for a month and instead take my course and change the way you think about food. Yeah, that's it, exactly. So for the price of $197, I'm taking 80% off, and I want to help you decrease the anxiety and embarrassment of not knowing what to order or being able to dissect a menu at a restaurant and feeling like maybe you feel like your peers are staring at you, and when you go out to a restaurant, and also you don't have, maybe you have some of those embarrassing moments where you gotta get up and go to the bathroom right during dinner. We all know those moments, right? And we have all lived through moments like that, and it's exactly why I made this incredible offer for less than one night out on a nice bottle of wine. The investment will help you be better prepared, so the next time you go out, you can go out with confidence. Go out knowing you will be able to navigate these moments. So now, any guys listening, right, this would be a great gift for your spouse, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. If you're listening to me and you're listening to this show, I'm going to tell you this is the best gift that you can ever give her, your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, because you don't know the struggles and the things that women go through, or the anxiety that we feel when we hear the words like, do you want to go out to dinner tonight? And she is not just picking out like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? It's almost like this is a survival guide. She's thinking, how can I be better prepared when we go out to that new Italian restaurant, or we go wherever? I'm going to be able to help her and help you navigate this moment. So here's the thing. I charge $297 for an initial visit one-on-one with me. I could have made this course for $997. So I'm giving you this 8-week course that's going to change the way you think about food for less than spending 1 hour one-to-one with me. All you have to do, and I'm thanking you guys because you're avid listeners of the show, so I took 80% off just for the radio listeners. It's not for everyone. The cost of a nice night out on the town, and you're going to change your outcome. You're going to get the guidance, the materials, the PDFs, and everything that you need. It's basically like a Nutrition 101 course. But it's also going to talk about mindset. It's going to talk about sleep. It's going to talk, one of the modules is sleep yourself thin, because sleep is so important to our systems. I think a lot of time that we forget about that. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. So you actually can go to Harmony with Food, work with Meg. I'm going there right now along with you guys if you're not driving. And you can see it says, your diet do-over. Stop feeling weight loss resistant and solve your GI issues. Get lifetime access. And the promo code is Radio Mag to get the $50 off. So not only was I going to make this course $997, with COVID and everything, I decided, you know what? I'm going to be reasonable, and I'm going to want to help more people this way. So I'm getting the price down to $247. But then if you use the code Radio Meg, which is up on the site, just in case you're driving or your kids are yelling in the back of the car or you're multitasking right now, I'm going to put another additional $50 off. So that's a steal. I'm telling you, I spent hours and hours and hours making this course, and my hourly rate is $297. So less than the price of working with me one-on-one. You're going to get this course to do yourself, and the modules get dropped weekly, and then after that you have lifetime access to all that information. So the reality is, I can't, people are listening to this podcast all over the world. That is just the reality of the internet these days. And so I have people from the Philippines, from Afghanistan, all over the world actually listen to the show. And I can't go do one-to-ones with these people. So what we do is, for the price of it's like, I don't know, $3 or something, I don't know, $3 times, it's basically if you, for 2 months or something, it's like just stop going to get your coffee and buy this course instead. And we will actually change the way you think about food. And you're going to get access to myself, in a way that you're going to get me in recordings. You're not going to get me live. I mean, that I charge $2.97 an hour. So we need to think about other ways, alternatives for you to work with me. And then at the end of the course, you all get invited into the membership, which is a whole nother story. But anyway, guys, you're listening to the Harmony with Food show. Go over to my site, sign up for my emails, sign up for my blog, sign up for my videos, get this information, the free information, and see what it's all about, and then go ahead and join the course. I'm telling you, it's a steal for $197. I may put the price back up to $997 in the near future, but now that we're in COVID and people are suffering, I'm going to give the course for a steal of $197. So again, go to the website, click the tab Work with Meg, and then when you get to the checkout part, you're going to put in Radio Meg, and it's going to tell you right then and there. So you are listening to the Harmony with Food show, guys, and we'll be right back.
Hi, it's Jim Polito here. Hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to come back Monday, Columbus Day. Monday morning. Oh, we're going to celebrate Columbus Day. We're even going to talk to a member of the Italian Parliament. So be here on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM WHJJ Providence.
Hi, everyone. I'm lead nutritionist Meg Marie O'Rourke, and I'm owner of the Harmony with Food Company and producer of the Harmony with Food radio show that airs every Saturday from 11 to noon on iHeart, WHJJ, 104.7 FM, 920 AM. I have been practicing for over 20 years, having worked in the Level 3 trauma unit, oncology. I've taught diabetic classes to newly diagnosed people with diabetes. I've helped people that were just past having a heart attack. And I've also worked in a GI surgical unit, seeing all kinds of debilitating GI diseases, such as Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome, and much more. And lastly, I'll tell you the dirty little secret the big weight loss companies and big food and big pharma don't want you to know is that junk food is bad and big food wants us addicted and big pharma wants us on prescriptions, and the big diet companies don't want you to know that diets don't work. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all Harmony with Food.
When you hide junk in a closet,
Or in a cabinet,
or in the attic,
or in a shed,
or under the bed,
it multiplies.
exponentially.
Take a look in any of those places.
And you'll find junk you've never seen before.
Most people don't find it until they're getting ready to move.
That's when they say,
I should have gotten rid of this years ago.
don't wait years. Do it now.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is coin
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Celebrate Halloween with Providence Animal Rescue League. Saturday, October 23rd from noon to 3, it's a family-friendly, pet-friendly gathering at Parle on Elbow Street in Providence. Join the pet costume parade and contest. Plus, there's a trunk or treat, local food vendors, and more. Learn more at parle.org.
Hi, I'm Meg, the proud owner of Harmony with Food. You might recognize me from my hour-long show on WHJJ on Saturdays, but if not, let me introduce myself. I've been working as a registered dietitian for over 20 years, and I help people like you lose weight, improve their digestion, and have tons of energy. One way I do this is to test, not guess. I use genome, micronutrient, gluten sensitivity, and microbiome testing to figure out what foods you should or should not be eating. I was put on this earth to help you develop a harmonious relationship with food and to learn how to stop dieting for good. To learn more about me and how I can help you be the healthiest you can be, visit harmonywithfood.com or call us at 401-245-8784. That's 401-245-8784, or go to harmonywithfood.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
We now return to Harmony with Food with Meg O'Rourke on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Ask Meg a question at Harmony with Food on Facebook or call her now at 1-866-920-WHJJ.
Okay, the last leg of the show, we're going to talk about, and welcome back, by the way, and you're listening to the Harmony with Food Show, and my name's Meg. So, the last leg of the show, we're going to talk about Noom and Weight Watchers, and why I think it is absolutely ridiculous that Weight Watchers decided to hire Oprah Winfrey, of all people, for the spokesperson. I mean, seriously, she is the poster child of going up and down her entire life. And by the way, that food is super processed, and they make things like fat-free cheese and, you know, Weight Watchers 300-calorie dinners, and I could just go on and on about how processed and salty and chemically filled all these foods are. Now, you can do Weight Watchers without eating their food. That is true. But the problem with Weight Watchers is they get you to think about and count and weigh and put points on food. Like, how crazy is that, okay? So you put points on food, and then you determine how many points you're allowed every day. And then if you eat over your points, they make recommendations like, just go to bed. Well, how about if it's 6 o'clock at night? I mean, or they get in a meeting, and if someone loses a pound, because they took a crap in the morning, everyone claps, like, oh, good job, good job. And the main reason I can't stand Weight Watchers is because I believe they cause eating disorders. So the normal amount to think about food, and this is according to psychiatrists, not me, this is science-based evidence, is 30% of the day. Similar to like sleep, if you think about it, like 8 hours of sleep, think about food, that's shopping, that's eating, thinking about what you're gonna get, that's cooking the food, etc. Okay, so 30% of the day. Ask anyone who's on Weight Watchers, and they spend 90% of the day thinking and talking about food and about points and about how the other person did and how they did, and it's just insanity. Now, I'm not saying that I don't respect Oprah for being an African American female entrepreneur who was one of the first billionaires. I think she may be one of the first African American women that's a billionaire, and probably more than that at this point. But the problem is that they were insulting our intelligence by having Oprah, because the only reason they hired Oprah, and we all knew this, okay, was because you hear it all the time, anything Oprah touches turns to gold. Well, it backfired with Weight Watchers. Their stocks came down. They were losing customers. And so that's why I don't like Weight Watchers. When you're causing people to think about food more than 30% of the day and like 90% of the day, that's insanity. And so, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, and that's what Weight Watchers people do. They do it, they comply, it's a compliance game. They apply, they comply, they count the points, they go to the meetings, and then, they lose the weight. And then they sit in fear that they're going to gain all the weight back. And so they stop counting points, things go to the wayside, and guess what? They gain all the weight back. Guess where they go? They go back to Weight Watchers. It's, in my opinion, that's part of their business plan. And Oprah should have, thought more about it before she got involved, in my opinion. I'm sure Oprah Winfrey doesn't care, give a hoot what Meg O'Rourke thinks, but that's my opinion as a professional, and they should not have hired her as a spokeswoman. And I feel like Weight Watchers is like a cult. It's like, oh, everybody comply and obey and do what they say. And then, we'll be so happy, life will change when you lose the weight. Okay, I'm never going to have to wait in traffic again. I'm never going to have to go food shopping again. I'm never going to have to do any of those chores that I don't like to do because I've lost weight. Your whole world isn't going to be, lollipops and butterflies and rainbows because you lost weight on Weight Watchers. And again, part of their business plan is to get you to come back. So now I'm going to pick on Noom for a little while. And Noom actually is getting into a lot of controversial trouble. And I will tell you this, a lot of controversy, I should say, and that I did go on to Noom one time to see, what it was about. And see, here's the line in the sand between myself and Noom, or the CEO of Weight Watchers. I actually care about people and people getting results that are long-lasting. They just want you coming back again and again and again. So I did it, and it put me on a ridiculous amount. I put my actual height and my actual weight, and it put me on a ridiculous amount of calories. I think it was like 1,200, maybe 1,000. I can't even remember. And they put up all this stuff on Instagram like, hey, we're celebrating No Diet Day. And yes, we also help people lose weight. And they put up things on Instagram like, every day is another chance to get stronger, to eat better, to live healthier, and to be the best version of you. And so people read this stuff and they feel so assured, like, ooh, this is what I should do next for the next diet fad. But a 6-foot-tall girl wrote about this in a story. And she said that they put her on 1,400 calories and she's 6 feet tall. I'll say that again. They put her on 1,400 calories and she's 6 feet tall. So they're actually putting her on a deprivational diet that is going to now, be an app, and you're not going to really talk to a person, but they're making a lot more money than me. So Noom earned more than $400 million in revenue in 2020 and is projected to earn $750 million in 2021, according to a company communication obtained by Bustle. Noom declined to confirm these numbers. Much of the brand's success is attributed to its careful positioning of an anti-diet diet, the lifestyle change that relies on the millennial-friendly principles of psychology and intuitive eating. You know what? Psychology and intuitive eating is old school. It has been around forever. So with this young lady's experience, she felt like, wow, I'm 6 feet tall, and they're giving me 1,400 calories a day. In addition to calculating daily calorie goals for participants, Noom teaches them how to categorize foods as green, where you can eat as much as you want, yellow in moderation, and red, limit your intake. So she began navigating this, and long story short, she ended up with being considered to have an eating disorder, and she began her eating disorder treatment in January of 2020 and has continued to struggle. And she said, I can't say Noom is responsible for my eating disorder all on its own, but they see the months they spent on Noom as a kind of tipping point, the moment when they shifted out of years of subclinical disordered eating into full-blown eating disorders. A lot of these science-based, quote-unquote, ideas sort of burrowed in my brain. And she said 2 years later, she's still trying to get away from it. So, here's what I want to say. These big weight loss companies do not work. They'll work, you'll get the weight off, but then you're just going to put it back on because you're not complying. You're sick of counting. You're sick of weighing. You're sick of Noom giving you little automated comments every day. Can you pick up the phone or can you email Oprah when you have a question about your Weight Watchers, program? Can you talk to an actual registered dietitian at Noom? And the answer is no to both. And I think that we need to wake up and stop this big dieting phenomenon. Stop letting the big pharmaceutical companies laugh all the way to the bank. The big food companies are trying to kill us with the chemicals and additives that they're putting in our food. And we need to wake up and start learning how to eat whole food. And I'm going to be here, you guys. But here's the thing. Talk about skimming the surface. We only skim the surface on this radio show. I love the show. But when we get into a group or you get into a do-it-yourself course, you're going to be handheld. You're going to walk through. And you can even email me and say, hey, Meg, I'm doing your do-it-yourself course. I have a question about this. I'd be sure and happy to answer. But I don't think Oprah Winfrey is going to pick up your email or answer your phone call. I do not think Noom CEO or the Weight Watchers CEO has drawn the line in the sand like I have. I care about my clients. I'm an actual healthcare professional. I actually went to school for this for 6 years. And I am a registered dietitian. I'm a licensed nutritionist in Rhode Island. And I am here to change the way you think about food without dieting. But I do have to tell you, I have concerns about these big weight loss companies only causing people to have eating disorders. And my biggest concern is that this is going to continue and continue and continue into our other generations, and that is not what I want for the Harmony with Food listeners. So wake up, smell the coffee, look at yourself, and think, my God, how much longer am I going to try and do this thing on my own? I'm here for you. You can join my live course if you're interested. Email me, meg@harmonywithfood.com. That's opening up very soon. It's a 6-week live course. We have a private Facebook group and more. And then we have the do-it-yourself course, and we also have the BioUnique Boutique. All things that you can do to fight the weight loss, big pharma, the big weight loss companies, big pharma and big food, and be proactive about your health care. Thanks for listening to the Harmony with Food show. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all Harmony with Food. See you next week.